And there you go, Kieran. We're live.
You want to do the intro?
Hello, everybody. This is RTFM Radio. Kieran and Dennis here. Tom and Ewan are away because of personal reasons. And, well, actually, we don't know where Ewan is, but we know where Tom is. He's at prom, which is fabulous. But anyways, nonetheless, today we have some good topics. We have Unreal Engine 4. What are you calling the topic? Just Unreal Engine 4? Or?
Unreal Engine 4.
Okay. And then I've got the Windows 9 preview expected to be released this year, later on this year, and the Apple iWatch. Some rumors about it. So, Kieran, take it away.
Okay, so my topic today will be Unreal Engine 4. Now, for those of you who don't know what Unreal Engine 4 is, Unreal Engine 4 is a game engine, and it's also a game development platform. It is responsible, and it is the advancement of Unreal Engine 3 and Unreal Engine 2 and Unreal Engine 1. Engines powered loads of games. It powered the Gears of War series. Unreal Engine 3 powered Gears of War. It also powered Gears of War 1. Gears of War 2, Gears of War Judgment, I think it is. Gears of War 3, all those Gears of War. And it's also powered a lot of the games because developers behind Unreal Engine are known for... just the development in general for the Unreal Engine are known for giving out their engine to other developers to develop their game on, if that makes sense. So I'm going to talk about Unreal Engine 4 today because I've recently got my hands on it, and I don't want to sound very rude, but I can't stop playing with it. So, I felt, why don't I do a video on RTFM about this engine? And honest, the video which I've done, there's been a late problem, and that problem being that the video is 1 gigabyte and I'll never upload that to YouTube in time. So we're going to be using a video to demonstrate from the actual Unreal Engine YouTube channel, official one. And I will either be commentating all over it or I will be pointing out little bits I think is cool. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight to the first video. So the first video is a little introduction into what the engine is capable of. So it's not just because it's capable of cinematography. It's capable of all that kind of thing. It's not just games. So I'll send you a link now, Dennis, in the mumble. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
So there's the first link. Now I'll explain more in depth later. Just pause it when you've got the video, Dennis. And
let me just screen region it.
Also, is it going to be full screen or?
It
would help.
Or
bigger.
Yes.
Well,
it's almost full screen, but you know.
Okie dokie.
All right. I'm on 0 seconds. Do you want to count down?
3, 2, 1.
Do you want me to mute it or play the noise?
Huh?
Do you want me to mute it? Because it's music.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Absolutely annihilated. Okay, so have you finished?
Yep.
Okay, so that was one of the first demos they released of the engine. As you can tell, it's a very cinema-styled movie kind of, and that was just a small taste of the graphics, the physics, the looks of the engine, and also how it can be applied to a cinema environment. I found that really impressive when I first saw that. So, as you can tell, I kind of had to get ahead of that and get myself a copy of the Unreal Engine 4. Now, the Unreal Engine 4 is available to anyone. There's unlike the other previous engine releases, most of the previous engine releases were free, but now this one costs, I think it's $20 a month. That's about like £9, as you live in the UK. And with that, you get full access to the engine, you get access to all the content and everything. And the cool thing is, you don't have to pay every month for that. You could pay the one time and then cancel the subscription. You still have access to the engine. You just don't get the updates. Great for people who want to try it out and see if it's for them. Now, I'm going to send you a quick screenshot of what the actual engine interface looks like, just so you can get a clue of what it looks like when you're working in the engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a chance to play around with this, and I've been playing around with the engine for the past week or two, and I've had so much fun with it. It's been an eye-opener of how game technology works nowadays and how game development is put in a workflow. So I don't know if you can. Is it on? The,
Yeah,
you put it
it's
on
on
the.
there.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the interface. As you can see, you've got different elements on the right and different elements on the left, and you've got the game window in the middle. So that's one of the levels. As you can see, there's like a little Unreal icon in the middle, and there's like sort of text at the side that tells you how to put in stuff and what's in the level. All that fancy jazz. Now, I want to boil this down so that people who aren't tech-worthy in game development, knowledgeable, understand what's going on here. But before I do that, I'm going to send you another video, which is about 5 minutes long. So it's a pretty big video, but I'll be commentating over it, so it should make it a bit easier.
Okie
Cool.
dokie.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is again on the Unreal Engine YouTube. So just pause it at 0 when you get it.
Yeah.
And turn the volume down a bit as well, so...
Hey, I'm Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg
crap.
here to introduce the
Adverts.
sneak peek
Oh,
of
shut
my
up.
new film,
Shut up.
Transformers
Shush.
Age of Extinction,
Shush.
in the
Shush.
UK this...
Okay, shut up. It's fine.
Should have got that ad block, Dennis.
It is on, but for some reason it doesn't work. That's great, isn't it? Alright.
But yeah, I've been messing around with this engine. It's been very fun, and this is the second video to show more in-depth the features.
Okay.
So
Just screen regioning in it now. Flipping Mark Wahlberg popped up on stream. Speaking
Is
of
it-
which,
are you
Transformers
paused?
4 Age of Extinction is amazing.
I'm not really interested in Transformers anymore.
Yeah, well, the third one and like kind of died it a bit, but then this one is just Michael Bay has redeemed himself. Alright, anyways, I'm at 0 and I'm ready. So do you want to count it down?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. Test, test, test. Okay, is my volume okay?
Yep, I believe so.
Okay, cool. As you can see, right here we're going through the actual graphical features. So full scene HDR reflections. This means that things that are above the scene are reflected on reflective surfaces like water. Post-processing would like bloom, ambient occlusion, and anti-aliasing removes the jagged edges you see here, top and the bottom. This is the same scene you saw previously in the city. So here's our character who looks very nice with his little shading. So physically based shading, that's anything that's metal, want to look metal, will actually look in the engine. GPU particles, so rather than using your processor, it uses your graphics card to particles, which are nicer, have better features, and yeah, they run. There's more dynamic lights running on the scene. So there's a content browser, so if you want to get models in, you can just click and drag, as simple as that. And I'm not lying here, this is actually how it works. It's click and drag here, it's nothing too complex. Put your model in the little browser. It's really as simple as that. Blueprint's really amazing, I'll get to that in a minute. It's essentially scripting. You could literally make a game without programming. It's great for people who don't want to program or are not very good at it. He's just showing you Blueprint there. Material editor, so if you want to change how your textures look in the engine, you can do that with the material editor. It's honestly simple as click and drag again. One of the reasons why I love this engine.
Them graphics though, Jesus Christ.
So the cinematic system, which is called Matine or Matine, I can't pronounce it properly. Very powerful, very simple. Takes time and effort, but it's very good. Here he is, just using the timeline to animate these two characters. The Cascade video effects. So Cascade is the engine which Unreal uses for particles, and it's very powerful, as you can see. It makes some very nice graphics, and it's also GPU powered in some cases. Persona, which is the animation system, which I've sort of dabbled in. It's very, but it's good. Physics assets, so you can simulate bones and bodies and people dying. But yeah, you can simulate people physics, not just people. PhysX, which is also exclusive to NVIDIA, which allows you to have really good destruction. AMD will get something similar. Dynamic navigation mesh. This means that you can change your level and your artificial intelligence characters will be able to navigate it because it will generate a navigation mesh. Landscape terrain. I've yet to dabble in this, but I've seen some examples. It looks good. So here he's clicking and painting trees. Not literally painting, but he's like swooping it across and making things look nice. I've not used this yet, like I said, but it looks good either way. Taking a different tree line there. So here we've got another terrain example where he's actually making the sand interact with a different layer of the terrain. So that'll be rock against the sand. And like I said, this is all click and drag, this is all simple to do. Sound cues, so if you want to walk into an area you get a different sound. Scripted sounds. Also different sounds into one input. And this is a big full C++ source code access. Now this is the one that hit everyone because that wasn't available previously. Which is impressive and useful for people like me who want to program. So it works with Mac, seamlessly with Mac. Haven't tried it, I haven't got Mac, and it works with iOS and Android, which will be. If only Tom was here, he'd like to see that. I think graphics are good. This is on the NVIDIA Tegra platform of mobile devices. Here we've got an example of a project from another team. Unreal Engine 4.
Is this on PS4?
This is Elemental. Yep, it's on all platforms as far as I know, even Linux. Fable Legends. Quite interested in that game. Let's see what it's like. And of course, Oculus Rift support. This day and age, who wouldn't want that? This is interesting. I'll get to this in a minute. And yeah, that was the second demonstration of the features of Unreal Engine 4. Now, some of the things we looked at in there were nice graphics, good features, some NVIDIA stuff, and existing games that are already being developed on the engine. I want to make a quick point that this engine is not even finished yet. They're constantly adding to it all the time. They're fixing things, they're adding new features. They're making it better than it already is. And some of the things what I like about the developers of the Unreal Engine, which are Epic Games, is that they are very friendly towards indie game developers. So everything you see there, apart from the actual games by the people, they will have released to let you play around with. So that the Infiltrator demo we saw first, with the guy getting stabbed and all that, eventually they're going to release that so people like me can toy around with it and see what it was like and how it was made and make our own little changes and additions to it and that kind of thing. Which is essentially going to be awesome. I'm excited about that, and I can't can't wait till they release that. And of course, there is another thing I want to talk about. You do have to have quite a powerful PC to run this engine. It's next generation, in my opinion, and so they say. And I generally do think it is next generation. So you are going to have some decent hardware to run this engine decently, and somewhat. You won't be running it on like a dual core with a integrated graphics. Let's put it that way.
What's the most important piece of hardware for this?
Graphics card. Definitely graphics card. It's very graphics intensive. I'm running on a Q6600 quad core, which is 7 years old, and it handles this engine just fine. Like I can even record and it'll work fine. It makes me happy, so I can still use these features without lagging too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So The third demo, which I actually have access to, and I've actually messed around with this demo, is the Elemental demo. It's actually a benchmark which they've released, and it certainly tests my machine. My machine can handle it, but it's a great benchmark, so I'll send you that now. Yeah, like I said, I actually have access to this, and they've released this already, so I can mess around with it and change it and see how they made it in the engine itself.
Okay, I'm just gonna screen region it. And okay, it's on the screen. So do you want to count it down?
Okie dokie.
You
3.
can commentate over it.
No, I won't be commentating this one.
Alright, okay. Alright.
3, 2, 1, play. So yeah, that was the third demo, which I wanted to showcase, because it is, this engine, I won't lie, it's very graphics based. They're leaving the whole features thing towards more game developers, and they're just packing it full of graphics at the moment. Now, Dennis, I had an interesting idea. There is a way for me to showcase stuff on my screen. Do you think screen sharing on Skype would work?
It would, yeah. I can do that. Or I can use TeamViewer, but just I won't move my mouse.
We can just screen share. That should work, shouldn't it?
Yeah, go on Skype then.
Because there's no way I'm going to end the segment here. I want to show some of my stuff and my experiences, you know, without being crapped on by a certain file format, which is 1 GB in size, so I can't upload it to YouTube. You know who you are, developers. Thanks for that.
Right, I'm calling you.
Okay.
Screen region, Skype.
They're waiting, so how?
Dude.
How about now? Oh yeah, because I had to mute my mic, didn't I? Of course. So how do I? There you go. Cool. Is in. Where's the screen sharing bit?
You
there
right click on the call and click share my screen.
Yeah, done it.
Okay.
Okay.
I have it.
Can you
up.
see?
It's a bit pixely, but yeah, it's there.
All right. So can you see is it too laggy or is it working?
It's not terribly laggy, but it's doable. It's bearable.
Okay. So this is the template of a level. This is the first person template. So as you can see, we've got the sky and everything here. And the user interface is exactly the same as I showed earlier. So you've got things on the left, things on the right, things at the top here. So I'm just going to go through it now. Now, talking... Can
You've gone... Hello?
you still hear me?
Okay,
Yep.
now I can.
Sorry, it's talking while I have my mouse and things is hard with the mic like this.
Oh.
So, this is the template level. So this is the first... I'm going to click simulate now to go into it. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so can you see this?
Yeah.
So this is just a very basic first-person template that Epic provides with this engine, and it allows me to just shoot things and just basic things like that. Very silly, as you can see, but it's a template. Now, I spent the first 10 minutes of this engine just pissing around with this, literally just doing this, because I was so happy with getting it working after 10 hours of trying. Because it's not easy to set up, by the way. If you're not a developer, you will be confused a lot on this. So I'm going to go through what I wanted to go through earlier. So this is the blueprint demo, which will show you something that this haven't showed you before. Also, how are we looking for time, by the way? Am I still in the time slot? Am I okay? Am I going over a bit?
You're good. Don't worry.
All right, cool. And I've not stopped playing with this for the past 2 weeks because I'm the kind of person that really likes to see how games are developed, and I want to research more and I want to get more into it later on. So I've been really having fun with this. So can you see this okay?
Yeah.
You have to exclude the flickering because it's a Skype. So I'm just going to click now. Hello?
Hello, hello.
Because I'm just going to walk through this now and demo things to you.
Okie
Is it making any audio from the engine, by the way, or is it just no volume? Okay, cool. So we've got a nice little tree here, which is shaded by the light. Sorry.
Nice. Is that a butterfly?
These are butterflies.
Jeez.
Now, these had no programming. There's no coding involved in these butterflies. It's all with the Blueprint visual scripting system. And they have their own AI, they can fly around, they can land on things, they inspect stuff, and all that kind of jazz.
That's very cool.
Is it not too lag on the Skype, by the way? Is it okay?
It's not terrible. You can understand what's going on. It's fine.
Alright, cool. So, it gives little signs like that to show me what's going on. Now, here's some cool stuff. Here's some flowers and grass and stuff like that. Basically, nice graphics, but let's get straight to the more gameplay changing things. So, as you'll notice, you'll start to see a little camera over here, which has got green on it.
Oh yeah.
Now, that camera, if I walk up to it, I want to actually get in that room, which is the door open there, but as soon as I walk into the camera,
What?
text me, and it closes the door.
Huh.
And that was done with no programming either. That's all visual scripting. So like you said, you don't have to be a programmer to be able to make games in this engine. That's the real point I want to get across today, that they've really stepped above the bar here and raised it for people who can't program. I think it's really cool of Epic. That's basically cool. So if I try and avoid this light here, I'd never be good at stealth games.
Hey.
So as you can see, it didn't detect me. Didn't detect me. It's all fine. Now press E to interact. So if I press E on this button, you'll notice I can actually view the camera's light on the screen. So if I walk over here, you see that as well. See that on there.
I see.
So this is all done. I can press E to change the cameras as well.
So that one that we just saw there was the one that you got caught in.
Yep. The one with the green light coming out of it. So yeah, if I come out of that and then just scroll out the level. You're going to see the entire level that we were just in. And you can also see some of the more scripting-based things like the red circles and things you'd expect to see in an editor like this.
Yeah.
So there we've got the tree. Now, I can actually go into the blueprint file of the butterflies to show you how they work. Whether you'll understand it or not, probably not, because it's still pretty complex, but it's
Yeah. That's awesome. What's that? That little floating.
That's a sign. That's the thing that pops up telling you
Oh. Right.
demonstration of what it is. There it is. There's about. Okay, so I'm just going to select it now by left clicking, and I'm just going to go into the blueprint file. So up there, edit. So here it is. Here's our blueprint editor. Now, pretty complex. Zoom out. These are all the blueprints of the butterfly. I'm just going to zoom in here. So it's all box based. So you've got click and drag features, and it's all logic based. So while this looks complex, this is nowhere near as complex as programming it would be. This is still a very good solution for making sets and content in games. And this is what I've really been messing around with the past few days, because I can program in C++. I have done C++ programming, but I would much prefer to use a visual scripting system like this. Yeah. So we've got the how it works there. Now, this is interesting. This is also what really made me happy as well. So if I just press simulate here, so I run the game, then look at the blueprint, you'll notice there's red lines now. You see these?
Oh yeah.
The red lines show what's being simulated right now in the game. So it's all going through to these different functions, and it's all saying what the butterfly should do next. So here you can see it's traveling on. Now this is going to go into the landing sequence. So it's going to hit something, it's going to go into the landing sequence. Now, has it landed? Can I get there fast enough? Yeah, it's landed. You see, now it's taken off again. So I can actually see what's going on live with the visual scripting without having to recompile or do any of the long, tedious stuff. And it's really useful for people like me who just want to prototype stuff quickly without having to go through the naff of program stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a nice scene to demonstrate things overall.
It's very cool.
So if I go on to the next thing I want to demonstrate. Also, the other cool thing about this engine is you can switch between projects almost instantaneously. If you want to go on to one game and go on to another, it's not that long. So I'm going to go on to, you can see I've got the elemental demo there as well, so I can literally, that demo you saw earlier with the whole fire and the guy with the axe, I can go through that and see exactly how they made it. But I'm just going to go on the content examples now just to save time. Because that's got some stuff I wanted to demonstrate as well.
That big fire dude reminded me of like a fire version of the Lich King.
Yeah, it's like, it's Stank of World of Warcraft. Dunk or Stank, I don't know the word. But yeah, also you've seen some of the Unreal World of Warcraft stuff, haven't you?
Yes.
That is pretty cool.
It's very
so here we are in the example level. It's just a basic sci-fi looking level with the Unreal logo in the middle. I'm going to go to the things that really hit me. So I'm going to go to Blueprint Creation, I think it is. Now, the Blueprint system is really... It's one of the reasons why I'm using this engine. It's probably the reason I'm staying on it. It really is advanced for what it is. The right one? Yes, the right one. Okay, so I'm going to click play in new editor window. Better. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just going to move around now. So we've got, this is all Blueprint by the way, no programming as well. Light, you walk up to it. Light that plugs in with a power cell. That's really interested me as well, so that's actually physically based interaction. So if I move on here, we've got more lights that plug in. Different buttons.
I see.
Group of lights. Like I said, no programming. I can't stress that enough. Honestly, is really cool about this engine. More lights. I want to move straight to the thing that I was really interested about. These. Now these are cool. Now, interaction games is always something I go mad about. But watch this. Now this is not animated. I'm actually moving my mouse. And I'm turning the wheel with my mouse movement up and down.
Damn.
Swerving it. And it actually generates a light there, so if I spin it as fast as I can... there we go. The light there, and it slowly goes off, because it's like generating power to do that. So if I go over here, and switch this up and down, or just up, on, you can see.
I see.
Now this isn't just press a button and do it, this is actually move your mouse and interact with that physical object. This isn't, it adds to the realism of what I think is cool.
Yeah.
If I drag this down, and it turns a light on, as you can see, with some nice lens flares there, a bit of Star Trek lens flares. So, and now this is the part I think you'll be impressed with. So we've got these 3 physical materials here. We've got wood, we've got ice, and we've got chrome metal, sort of. Now, I can left click to shoot fire, and then notice what happens is wood. It burns a bit, and you can see embers coming out, but it sits out a little while. If I set it on fire again a bit more and keep doing it, it will continue to burn, but the physical material is actually changing into burnt wood. And this is all done with Blueprint as well. So look, it's still burning, still red embers coming out of it. So I can keep burning it and just continue.
Will it just
and then I can
turn to ash?
Eventually.
Wow.
I've done it, but you have to like wait a long time. So I'm going to right click and put it out of water now. So look, see I'm putting it out of water. And now it's gone from nice pine wood to like it's burnt crackle stuff, which is leaking water. So if I go to this ice, if I set it on fire, it's just going to instantly just like that. Burn.
Melting.
There we go. So it's all melting, it's all dripping to the floor. I said it. Now obviously if you put water with ice, it's still going to melt a bit. And there it goes. So it's all out to the water. This is another cool part as well. So if I go, oh hello, it appears my friend has greeted me on Steam. But yeah, if I left click on this a lot, look what happens to the chrome. It sort of burns like metal.
Ah, yeah.
Now if I go on water, and I put out water, it sort of goes back to that state it was, but you can look at it and it looks more burnt and scratched before originally.
Yeah.
Now that's another big thing about Unreal. For a moment there, I thought it crashed. No, that's another thing I like about Unreal is that it's very dynamic now. It's not just illusions anymore. It allows developers to do really cool things with that art. Like what I'm doing now, is setting it on fire and burning it, and just think about a ship. Just think about a ship that re-enters the atmosphere. Imagine simulating that now with these kind of materials that wasn't previously possible in other engines, or if it was possible, it didn't look convincing, which is the case of a lot of engines nowadays. So yeah, that's the end of that short demonstration. Now if I want to go into another level I want to demonstrate. So many examples. There we go, this is what I'm going to get into. So I'm just going to click play now, and I'm going to do the talking. I'm just going to put my mic down and just show you it.
Wait, are you like playing like a 8-bit game?
I've gone from it's a game within a game using blueprints. Like I said, no programming again, and it's all using blueprint systems. It allows me to like make little mini games like this. So you jump down, and I can just like quit that. Move on now. The next area. This is another cool one. So if I here.
Oh damn!
So we've got this little space game, which was also made entirely in blueprints, no programming. And I got hit. God damn it. It just brings on these waves of ships in a Tetris, well, not Tetris, but like a Space Invaders sort of thing. Go away from me. It's
kind of reminds me of Beat Hazard.
Indeed. So and here's the cool one. So this is a UFO. Now I can go straight from controlling my character to controlling the UFO. So here we are with the UFO. Now I'm gonna casually walk over to this cow over here and just get a bit closer and goodbye, cow.
It.
Goodbye, cow. That'll do,
Wow.
cow. Now I'm going to abduct this tree, and I'm going to put them in their pen. And by there, I mean the cow. So, okay, the tree can just stay there as well. Why not? I'm going to put the cow in there. Is he still alive? No, he was just a toy. But there we go. They're both in there now, and that was done entirely no programming or blueprints, as I've said like 1,000 times. Yeah. It's I'll get to that in a minute. That was done entirely blueprints, which I'm really impressed about. This I was like, at first I was like, what? No, you got to be kidding me! It had to be programmed. They had to spend some time on that. They didn't. It literally took them about 30 minutes to make this entire system. I was really impressed about it. And I thought it was really cool. It really opens up new things to do for content creators who can't program or just want to do it in a quick way. You know what I mean? Crash my UFO. So the next example I want to go on to, which is going to go more into the in-depth solution. Everyone loves destruction physics, right? You like them, right, Dennis? You like
Definitely.
a bit of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Now this is not exactly big scale destruction, but it's a good example. So I'm just going to go straight with that. There we go. Shatter that and push that away. Brakes. Walk up to this, brakes, but leaves like a little letter thing there. Walk over to this. Breaks, but there's still parts that don't break because it's supported. That's a supported destruction there. Still 8-bit destruction there, and world support. So that means one part breaks, but one part doesn't. Dennis there is beeping.
Yep.
I'm not sure if my PC is about to blow up or, but yeah, destruction with particle effects, so you can see the smoke there, and destruction with a sound, but you couldn't hear that because obviously you're not. Through that and crash. Small scale destruction on there. It can get as big as you want, really, but the more bigger, the more demanding it is, obviously, and the
like
more detailed it is. So I've finished that. Now I'm going to go on to... now this is the part you're going to like. If it loads all. Did you fix the beeping, boy?
Yeah, it was my laptop warning me that it's almost about to die.
So, I'm going to skip straight to the nice part. I think I can do that anyway, can't I? Yeah, I can. Okay. So, this shows people like me who want to learn about level development, how level development is actually done.
It's like a
Why did I click
tutorial.
simulate? And they really well document this entire engine. This is not they don't shove you into this engine and go, right, have fun, go on, just make something cool. They really do document everything they do. Everything they release, it's all documented. I just need to actually figure out. There we go. Okay. Bask in the graphics marvels, Dennis.
Oh,
Not sure how well you can see this.
It looks really good.
Yeah. See the floors really detailed and everything. If I continue moving through here.
Jesus. Now that's next gen. Them light, what do you call them, flares or whatever.
Flares.
Wow. I want the new GTA, like GTA 5 to look like that when it comes out on PC.
It will eventually.
Oh man. That's awesome.
Yep. And that was essentially a show of those graphics. That's an interior that's completely lit with dynamic lights. None of this is done with the fake lighting that a lot of games in the past have used. This is all real-time lighting, all generated by lights. All the particles are GPU driven. More into in a minute. All the lens flares are GPU simulated, obviously. So yeah, that's that example that looks nice, unlike the ones.
That's
So,
very cool.
Indeed. If I go to some more next-gen examples, so I'll just go for the effects, because they are the particles which I wanted to get to. And this one's for Tom, because I know, shout out to Lava Extract, because I know you wanted to see these, the GPU particles, so I'll just go ahead and show them. So here we are, in our particle level. So I'm going to walk up to these. Now, the first particles we have is the CPU particles. Now, most game engines nowadays use CPU particles, because they're relatively easy and simple to do. But they don't look very nice, and the more you have, the more stress you put on your CPU. And that's bad for people who have weak CPUs like me. Mine isn't exactly weak, but it's old, so you know. Now, here are GPU simulated particles, a lot more, and it looks nicer, in my opinion. Now, here we have some really nice particles. So these are GPU simulated as well. These are spinning around, obviously, in a sort of spinny thing. Can't really explain it. But yeah, as you can see, Dennis, these are colliding with the floor to make a sort of lava effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's nice. Does physics, is it physics? I can't remember what it's called. Does that, like, help this?
Physics, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if these are not physics enabled. I don't think physics is more for the destruction physics, like bits and bobs. These are just GPU generated particles in general. You can have a GPU and still simulate these. I may be wrong, but I think these are GPU. So here's a particle like a gravity center in the middle. Now, CPU particles don't have as many advanced features as GPU particles do. For instance, the gravity center there. And we've got GPU particles with collision there. So you can see like a shower with water coming down and hitting the objects here.
That's
on the side.
cool.
Indeed.
Damn.
We've got like a spark here. It's random spark, happens every so often. Once again with blueprints. And a guy just casually burning. Yeah, as you can see, he's touching the parts of his body, and every time he does, that part sets on fire.
That's
Pretty gruesome. Potential. And a nice little fluffy cloud with shadow.
That looks really good.
Indeed. And then next gen features, which we're going to see in a lot more games nowadays. So we have floaty particles that spin around and do their thing. Particles that, rather than float, they get pushed away, kind of like a thruster or something, by this center in the middle. and fire, which looks nice, unlike a lot of games. A lot of games look a bit stupid, but this is nice and smooth. Event-driven particles, so blueprint particles or particles in general that just happen after another. So you kind of like fireworks, I suppose. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've got sort of like rockets or meteors or something like that with trails after them.
Damn.
Quite cool. These are particles that are affected by light. And we've got CPU particles here, but with CPU particles you can it blends more with the game. It's easier on the CPU in a lot of cases if you've got like an i5 or something. But these are particle light, very fantasy-like. It's cool.
Huh.
And we've got electric beam here. Pretty cool. Now, I've showcased a lot of things here, but I want to give you time to do your topics, so I'm going to cut it down a bit, Dennis.
Oh, cool.
If that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, I'm going to go to post-processing, because a lot of people... post-processing is one of the first things that people will notice in a game engine. It's things like bloom, it's things like a very bright sky, it's things like lens flares. It's all the things that make a level look... It adds onto a level and makes it look nicer, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go through this one by one. And the good thing is I can actually use my keyboard, not my mouse. I have to go left and right, that's it. Post-processing, no effects, just general, unedited. Color correction, so things gone a bit more blue, as you can see, compared to here, and then here.
Yeah.
More color correction on the right, which changes it around a bit trippy. Post-processing, which is scene coloring, so we've got like a black coloured scene now, it's on the edges. We've got much more sharper colouring. A 3D effect here, sort of a 3D effect. So you know, like everything. Yeah, it would be more 3D.
Oh wow.
And you got scene color 3, which is increased saturation and contrast, all in game, obviously. Now, obviously, we've got bloom. So obviously, if I look in the center, my camera is getting decimated by the lens flares.
I like that,
red sort of blooms here. As you can see, that line look a bit like Tron. If I go to the blue one, look, you can see a bit more Tron there. Cool. Lights appear blue in general. Go back now. Darkening but bluish ambient. Yeah. And exposure. So this like sort of simulates your eyes if you go from a dark area to like a bright one. If I look down, it goes darker, and if I look up, it's a bit brighter.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So if I go here, the nice Star Trek flares. See like lens flares in the middle. So if I go here, more white ones here. Look around. So hopefully this is all visible on my tiny screen. I'm not sure how well it is on Skype, but
yeah, it's fine.
If I keep going through reflections. Now this is an interesting topic because with engines, reflections is quite a rare thing. With engines because it's very demanding, but Unreal seems to pull it off perfectly with little frame hit, which is great for people who don't have such a powerful PC. Global illumination, which is the brightening the entire scene, but dynamically with the graphics card.
That's
that Hoover though.
Oh, can you hear that? Oops.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very used effect. It's depth of field, which I'm sure you're aware of, Dennis. You seem to use it a lot in your very deep and meaningful camera photos, Dennis.
It's not very like when you blur it out.
Yeah. Like notice how things in the middle look more sharp than things on the side. Everything on the side looks like a very blurred, like a camera with a different depth setting. Very cool. Now, I'm just going to run through all of the different effects. That's the post-processing, without going too in-depth. So, I'm going to get to a sort of ready game project now, which is the... who wants to see an FPS, right? You want to see an FPS, Dennis? You want to see a basic shooter? So, this is going to be this is the example shooter game that Unreal Epic allow you to download and check out. And I found this quite impressive for how simple it is. Now, I wanted to point out, this is done with some programming. However, it mixes blueprint scripting with programming. So, it's a hybrid of the both. Not sure exactly how long it will take to load. It shouldn't take too long. But yeah, I've been messing around with this engine for a while. I've had fun with it, and I can definitely say it's a next-gen engine. And I want to use it, but I need to get better at it. More right. So here we are in the example level that Unreal just slap into your face and I like to have fun. Once again, I'm definitely very happy with the options that Unreal Engine has and gives to people like us who just want to see a casual look into the engine. Building the navigation now. So I'm just going to go to another level real quick. I'm just going to go to Sanctuary. Big shout to Shanks. Now, you still there then? I'm just going to assume that Dennis has been abducted and hijacked.
Yeah, I was
Oh, no,
abducted
he's
by
back.
that little spaceship.
Spaceship's cool.
Jeez.
So I'm going to go straight into the game now and just show you. So this is the level. It's a very basic level, but it looks very nice. I think whoever designed this is pretty cool. It's loading now. Ah, here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to walk around. This does involve me having to aim, so I might put my light down a bit sometimes. But yeah, I can walk around left and right. It's a basic shooter where I can aim down the sight, shoot, reload, change the weapon to like a grenade launcher. And this is a more simple level, but the visuals are quite nice as well. So if I walk out here, it's a shame you can't hear anything because the sounds are also very nice, but you know. Here's the outside of the level. All rendered in Unreal, obviously. Dynamic shadowing.
That is really pretty.
And, you know, this entire level is basically made up of cubes. If you look at the level design, it's still just cubes, but they look really nice. I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but it looks really nice. Now, let's say, I'll just give an example of the editor's simple use. Let's say I want to add a bad guy to this. So I'll go to the left and I'll just say blueprints. Go into bot porn with a PAWN, you guys who are stupid in the head or messed up. Bot porn. So if I drag him on there and drag him into the level.
Bot porn, I do.
I knew you were going to say that. Here's our bad guy, our character. So now that he's there, I'll just drag on another one. Why not? More enemies, please. More challenge. Thank you. Now I'll just click buy. Now I'm actually going to have to stop talking so I can just shoot these because I'm terrible at any game I play.
Here we have Kieran, professional MLG player, going to kill some enemies. He's sprinting, kind of. I think he's jumping or dashing or something. He's sprinting. Yeah, look at that. That's some sprinting animations right there. He's looking around. What's he gonna do? Oh, kill him. Go. Oh, he's spraying. He seems to be missing every bullet. Can he kill him? Can he kill him? Oh, he's a bit low on health right now. He's got 0 kills, and the client seems to be winning in a way, because Kieran seems to be low on the old health right now. He seems to have changed his gun. He's going for a little med pack over there, it looks like. A little med something. We seem to have lost appearance of the client, or the enemy, whatever you want to call it. There he is. Oh, did he kill him? Yeah! GG. Kieran got his first kill. He's spraying him in the face. There seems to be a little blood there. This is, you may want to cover your eyes for some of these, some parts of this film. They're a bit gruesome. And then he killed another guy. He's shooting him in the face. That was
Professional gaming, there we go, we're in the league.
MLG Kieran right here.
I was getting absolutely dumped on by the... Yeah, but that was a basic example of the... as you can see, I literally just dragged them onto the level. And the engine automatically piled the navigation so they could walk on. And I could just literally just click play and just go straight in and kill them. And that's another example of how simple the engine is. Now, let's say I'm not very happy with how these guys look, or how they animate, or how they just move in general. I can scroll down here, and I can see all the kinds of different values. Now, you won't be able to see these because it's too small, but I can affect things like swim speed, crouch speed, walk speed, friction, gravity scale. I can make them move in different ways without programming anything, which is really cool. So small changes like these I can just do. Obviously, I can move them around in the engine. Now, if I wanted to, I could just press simulate, and there they are.
You just kill him?
Yeah.
Well then.
I'm not in the game, but I've started the game. That makes sense. Look, now he's moving. I'm going to follow him.
That UI. AI, sorry. My bad. Well then, this is really cool.
Get ambushed! Oh my god. He just got ambushed.
Oh, there's a floating thing.
Yeah, that would be because I'm like playing and like not playing at the same time. But as you can see, that was a very basic example of the artificial intelligence. Now, they were only basic, and that guy was still clever enough to spawn there, hear the other person coming, and wait there. So these AI are reactive to sound and all that kind of thing. And that's a mix of programming and blueprints. So that was pretty impressive. I like that. And obviously, we've still got, we've got all that kind of stuff, all that jazz on it. Now, before I put this to a close, I'm going to show you something you may have saw earlier. That you will have saw.
What, the demo? Oh, you're going to quickly show us how they did it.
Yep. I'm going to show you exactly what goes on there before I close my topic. But the Unreal Engine's very much a fast work scale. I can import models in minutes, and that includes textures and everything, and I can get them game ready and animated within an hour. And that's a huge improvement over any other engine. Because it's just the workflow is just so fast compared to other engines, and I can't stress this enough. This is really designed for people who want to create content like levels or art or assets like that. Don't want to get into that the more tedious side of things. Obviously, to do such things, it requires effort, but it's still the developers of the Unreal Engine have thought about people like me who want to just get straight to the cool stuff, to put it into essential context.
Fair enough.
Now, I can't guarantee my PC is going to handle streaming this and this, because this is the benchmark we saw earlier with the whole lava dude, which is meant to be a high, intense benchmark.
Huh.
The part of my PC smoke starts coming out.
Just flip in, just that screaming. Hear
Indeed.
The fans ramp up.
Actually, can you hear the fans?
No.
Ooh.
Your GPU is probably quieter than mine.
Well, I can go to my GPU thing now and see what it's doing.
What MSI?
But yeah, hopefully,
have a thing.
good old MSI Afterburner, good old demonstration. It's just loading it now because my hard drive speed is there we go. Now it's not
buy a new one.
Indeed.
Indeed.
As you can see, my GPU has been spiking in usage. That's because this is the engine that's using all of my GPU. So here we are in the very familiar level of the
all of those
thing we saw earlier. Yeah, it's mostly cinematic based. If I light down and start moving around.
Very cool.
It's still loading the textures, so that's going to look a bit like stupid. There we go.
Hey, that's awesome. Wow. So is this what that Synapse person uses?
He uses Cinema 4D, which can things like model. He uses a modeling program, which is good for people who want to create a model and then instantly do stuff with it without exporting it to another engine. I don't use that because I have a powerful GPU, but I don't have a very good CPU. So it would take me hours and hours to render a really nice looking scene in Cinema 4D, which is what Synapse uses. Game engine, it takes me seconds and just do it. Obviously, it takes time to actually animate things and it takes longer in the workflow process, but it's not practical for people like me who have bad hardware, but one piece of hardware that the engine utilizes fully. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So now, to prove this is exactly what you were seeing earlier, I'm just going to go this a window play. Just to show you guys, I'm not going to go through the full thing because you've already seen it, but I'll just show you that this is what you saw earlier. This is exactly the same thing that the demo showed.
Nice. Oh yeah, I see it. It's lagging a lot, but
it's perfect frames on my end. Like it's about 40 frames on my
Skype.
end, but it's Skype.
But yeah, I can see what you mean. It's the same as what we saw earlier. Very cool. All those lighting and lens layers and shit.
It is, and if I don't want it to lag, I can simulate it in the engine without having to look at the camera. Obviously.
Yeah.
I'll do that now. It might be better. Now, this is actually show you exactly how you did it. You'll notice that there's scenes. So right now, it's pretty empty over there. There's no lava. Like you see is where the camera would be. Is this still laggy? Or?
Nah, well, it's Skype lag, but it's not. You can
Yeah.
understand what's going on. It's all good.
Yeah. So there's that. There's our little guy we saw earlier in his little sort of chamber.
Just chilling.
It's the
Chilling.
extreme detail model. Extreme detail.
Damn.
I think he's about to wake up in a minute.
If WoW had those graphics, then
Wow, could the I might work on porting some more levels.
oh man.
You see, gonna wake up in a second. Here we go. And you'll see it changes from different scenes. Getting out of his thing now. And he pauses because the camera can't actually see him at this point. And then he does it again and the camera pauses. It's different somewhere else.
Oh.
Now he gets up.
Wow. Alright, well, Skype's doing its thing. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I get what you mean now. He's such a
Yep.
badass. Holy crap, I would love something
Indeed.
like that. All those lighting effects though, jeez.
Indeed. Unreal Engine, World of Warcraft, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my god.
So that just about wraps up everything I wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to go too in depth. Basically, it's a next generation engine with very nice graphics. We just need to see how game developers sort of put this to use, make it look. Without that being said, that's up my topic. That's a little demo of Unreal Engine 4. Like I said, you guys can get it from the website. It's like £9 a month, but it takes just one payment and you can get full access to it. It's all good.
That's
good.
very cool. I like that. Okay, well, I guess we'll move on to my topic and we'll try and... I'm gonna... Oh yeah, Skype. I'm gonna condense them down a bit just to keep them short so we stick within the time frame. But the first one I'm going to talk about is the rumours of the Apple iWatch, which I presume they're going to call it an iWatch, as, you know, everything else is called i-something, you know, iPhone, iPad, iPhone, iStab. I'm joking.
Oh,
I had to, man. I had to. Alright, anyways. So, a lot of people have been saying that Apple's iWatch is expected to revolutionise the smartwatch market, as with their iPhone did with the mobile market. It's rumoured to have a curved AMOLED. Is it AMOLED? I don't know how to pronounce that
AMOLED.
word.
That's it.
AMOLED display with sapphire covered glass. The design, well, to me that sounds like a really awesome idea. I mean, if you look on stream right now, I don't know if you've got it open or anything.
I'll have to reopen it because yeah.
They haven't actually released the design yet. They haven't said anything about what it's going to look like. But there's a lot of people have kind of guessed what it's going to look like.
I can still
That's
chip
what
this
someone-
because I looked at it earlier before the stream started, and it just feels like Apple are jumping on a bandwagon here.
They'll get some money out of it. It's Apple.
Oh, they will. There's people that are going to buy it and go, look, I have an iWatch. But, yeah.
It's
Interesting.
Apple. It has to be good, of course.
Look, Wendy, it has an iOS powered phone. I can burn money. That's exactly what they're just saying.
Basically,
Mm.
you're wearing it for the brand. But yeah, if it looks like that, that's still pretty cool. Because
I'm not saying it's not
see-through,
cool.
but, you know.
I'm not saying it's not cool. This may beat the Android ones, but it may not.
Yeah, we'll have to see when it comes out. We have no idea what it looks like yet, but it's not fully released yet. But it's expected to be slim and... One sec, my notes.
You need script. Ugh.
No, I write down notes, but
Preparing for a show.
apparently it is expected to be slim and compete against other competitors in the market like Sony and Samsung, like because their watches tend to be chunky, and there's Pebble as well. but
Indeed.
Pebble.
Indeed.
Pebble are very cool. It is said to have what is known as the affordable versions. They're gonna have multiple versions of the watch with like the same sort of software and hardware in them. But the affordable versions will be made out of different material that's cheaper. And then there's the more expensive ones that can be made out of carbon fiber, special metals, I don't know exactly what, or like, for example, alligator or crocodile.
If it's got heavy metal, it
like
has my
straps.
approval.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be made out of those expensive things. I don't know if that would be like some sort of attraction to me, but I can see some sort of like famous or rich person being like, yeah, look at me with my flipping 50 carat gold
See this Apple
iWatch.
logo? This means I'm cool.
Yeah, this Apple logo. This means I'm good at wasting money, and I'm fat with the woman. And
Now let's not be too biased against Apple. Apple do make some interesting products. Kind of.
Okay, no,
Hey.
they make interesting products at a ridiculous price.
That's a rather overpriced.
Yeah, if they had lower prices, then they'd be respectful.
Indeed.
But indeed. But yeah, that's pretty much all what I've like got so far because I was researching it earlier. But because
Your topic lasted about 1 minute. Good job.
Yeah. I like the thing is I was planning on doing like a few topics that wouldn't.
Yeah,
take
well, I
long.
was planning on uploading a video, but no, I couldn't do that, could I?
But like I've got to finish within the next 5 minutes anyways, so I had to kind of shorten it down. But but like so if we haven't really got much information about the watch yet. It's just I wanted to point it out, and like whenever we get some more news in the next podcast, etc., we'll just keep on adding it on as we go along. But yeah, now I'll quickly switch on to the next topic, which is quite interesting for people like you and me. There is a rumor that a Windows 9 preview will be released later on this year. So this is not like the full thing. It's just like a preview, kind of just to imagine it as like a beta kind of deal we got here, just like a demo. I'm not sure what to think of it because I have no idea what Windows 9 is going to look like. But all I know is
well, we know that they're still keeping the whole Metro.
Yeah, apparently they're
looks of that
keeping it
icon.
like the Metro UI, but it's said to. Where did I write it? It's said to be.
Why is it called Metro? I don't see any trains anywhere.
It's said to that this new version of Windows will be mainly targeted at the people still using Windows 7, for example, businesses and me and you, and stuff like that. Because
Microsoft, you got some big convincing to do, boy.
yes,
Big
after Windows 8. But to be honest, with Microsoft, what I've realized is they have a great operating system, then a one. You know, they had XP, which was amazing, Vista, you know what I mean, and then 7, great, 8.
Vista was the stepping stone for 7. Don't give it that much hate.
It was a bit bad.
It was kind of terrible.
Yeah, and then what was it? 8. 8 was was quite bad. 8.1 is not terrible. It still has a few little things like the start menu, which they are adding, but it's got its own little Metro kind of.
I think
feel to
Ethan
it.
already has the start menu because he has a special motherboard which apparently somehow allows him to get the start menu back on his operating system. I'll still want to find out how he did that.
That's pretty cool, actually. But yeah.
Actually, while we're on the topic of that, should we go to room 3 and ask our acquaintance Ethan about that?
Yeah, do
It's
it.
related to this. All right, let's go.
Ask him to come here. Oh, wait.
Ethan.
Ethan.
Greetings. Well, you are live on RTFM. We have a question for you, Ethan.
What?
We have a question for you, mate.
What do you want?
Basically, Windows 8 or 8.1 in this case. You mentioned a while ago that your motherboard allows you to get your start menu back or something like that,
Oh yeah, I got a bit of software on the install disk.
which allows you to
But
get
it's
it
not
back.
it's not really like a true start menu. It's more like you click the thing that's been stuck in the quick start menu, and yeah,
That's
and
pretty
the
good.
and the what's it, and a just little window comes up with the standard start menu. But it's not really a standard start menu, to be
More
honest.
like
It's not very good.
improvisation.
It's a bit shit, to be fair.
Well,
But
Fair enough.
you can get what you call it, Start 8 or Start is back. They give you the true Windows 7 sort of interface.
oh yeah, I've seen Start 8. It costs though, doesn't it?
It's like $5 or something. I'm not even sure if it's that.
Wow, that's very easy.
What's your opinion on Windows 9, Ethan?
How the hell should I know?
Well,
It's like nothing more than
are you?
it's been
Then we
said
have
to
it, Dennis.
exist.
That is the literal opinion of People's 9.
Yeah.
What's Windows 9? What is?
Man.
Yeah, thank you for giving your opinion, Ethan.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
you're
back
so
to-
welcome.
We'll go back to the room, Dennis.
Okay,
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was our acquaintance's opinion on Windows 9 and his opinion on Windows 8 having the start menu back for certain motherboards.
That's pretty cool. I do like the idea of the new the start menu that is supposedly supposed to come because it's got the whole Metro kind of theme to it, and I do
Yeah.
I like the look of the Metro, but it's too optimized for touch in my opinion. You know.
Yeah. Although Windows 7 does have elements of touch for it. It was when Windows 7 was released, they included some touch-based elements for it.
Yeah, but like
Found that out from
I
the
guess
menu.
it was more favored towards hardware, not normal desktops. You know.
Indeed.
Indeed. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up since we're coming towards the closing of our show.
My topic took so long. Oh my god.
But it was good, man. I was actually really entertained.
Yeah, that's the main point.
Yeah. All right. Sorry that Tom and Ewan couldn't show up again today. They're always, for some reason, doing something, and they're still both in college. Because,
Well, Ewan is literally off the grid. Like, we don't know where he is. Probably a publicity stunt because now
he's probably
halfway to like
in the Playboy
Mallorca right
Mansion,
now.
playing some video games because that's what you do over there. You know, Solitaire is a great game. But yeah, so sorry that they couldn't show up again, but we tried to make the show work even without them when it's just us two. If there's only one of us available, then the show really isn't worth putting on because it's a podcast. We're supposed to discuss it with each other, you know. But yeah,
Indeed.
indeed. I guess we'll see you next week, hopefully with the full crew, or hopefully at least with 3 of us, because it's getting ridiculous now
striptease
that
on camera.
no one's ever showing up, huh? Say again?
Nothing important.
I'm gonna have to watch this back after and see what you just said.
No.
Alright, anyways. See you guys next week.
Right, see you. Bye. Have fun. Go on. Out you go. Get out. Get out my room. Get out. Get out. Out. Did you get that?